Alright boys, what's happening? Welcome back to another episode of my team on the channel. It's episode 3 of season 2. You know what time it is. It's the Monaco Grand Prix. Probably the shortest episode you'll see in this season so far. Let's get into the episode today. We have a press interview at the team HQ to start off the race with. We're just going to check out last season. We did finish P19 in Monaco after a back-to-back P6s. So can we improve on P19 this year? Better car, but I'm just not as confident around Monaco. I wouldn't say I've gone a season and now I feel better equipped to attack Monaco, because at the end of the day the car doesn't really matter around Monaco. I don't think. It's just about the driving around Monaco. We get an upgrade in the chassis department there. We have a lot of cash recently. Cash? Did I say that right? I don't even know what I'm saying. We have a lot of money recently. Yeah, so we've made a few upgrades. We have the Monaco Grand Prix though. Let's get into it. Let's get into quali. It looks like a very dull, overcast day right now in Monaco. There's a few lights coming on. It looks like it might be nighttime. Lovely rendering of textures there on the building. So much detail, as you can see on the Xbox One edition of the Monaco game there. Anyway, let's get into the track. Yeah, it looks a bit dull. Hopefully it doesn't rain. But anyway, getting into our fastest lap of the qualifying session, which I do believe is maybe our last lap. There's only 3 minutes left in quali. We're currently at P20. As you can see, our best time is a 10.6, which is just not good, I guess. You know, we're down in P20. I did actually feel like I was driving the track quite nicely and quite well, yeah. But, I just wasn't getting the times in. Down to 4th gear here. We miss out a gear shift down. Staying 4th. But you see, I feel like I'm taking it quite nicely, and then the delta goes into the red. And I'm like, how can the delta be red? Because the last lap was terrible. So how can I be going slower than last lap? We should have hooked the tyres a bit more on the hairpin there for extra rotation. But you see, we just lost another 2/10 through that section there. Almost. It's ridiculous, boys. I don't know where I'm losing all of this time. On controller, this track is just so difficult, though. Obviously, I do play on controller, if you didn't know. But yeah, coming through the chicane there. Heading now towards the swimming pool chicane in a moment. A little collision on the wall there. That's going to cost us a lot of time into the swimming pool chicane. We hit the apex very nicely there through the swimming pool chicane. That was very satisfying to watch. But we've got front wing damage as we come around the last 2 corners. We did make contact on the wall there. I'm going to cross the line 1/10 faster than our last lap. And set a 1:10.5, and we nearly crash into the back of Sebastian Vettel there coming out of the pits. And you see we pause it to check this out, boys. We go right through Sebastian Vettel, obviously the pit lane, just right in the middle of the road. But as we resume our thing, boys, yeah, I forgot where I was on the track. So I accidentally made collision with George Russell there, and Sebastian Vettel is now out of the session, boys. We've made a massive collision there. We've got a 5-place grid penalty for a collision with George Russell, but Lewis Hamilton is out of the session as well. And we'll see on board with Lewis now, just right into the back of Seb. What a collision that is. There's just absolute chaos on the straight there. Yeah, boys, I can't lie. When I resumed, I didn't even know where I was on the track, so I wasn't on the throttle or nothing. So I've resumed, looked behind me, crashed into George Russell, and then Vettel and Hamilton on flying laps have just completely wiped me out as well. I've took them out. So we're going to be P22 anyway for the 5-place grid penalty, boys. So last to first challenge in Monaco. Can we do it? Nico Rosberg up in P4 there in Q1. Hopefully Nico can have a good qualifying session. And you can see there we do have a 5-place grid penalty. So regardless, we were going to be starting from the back of the grid. Perfect opportunity though for us to take a bigger grid penalty and get some new engine components in. Of course, doesn't matter how many durability upgrades you've got. The engine wear on this game is just ridiculous. You're going to have to take a penalty at some point in the season. We choose to take it here in Monaco. We're going to take a new gearbox as well, just for the sake of it. Because why the fuck not? We're going to be starting P22 regardless. So we may as well just start the most P22 that we can get. Let's get into the race.
A proper road race, and in the true meaning of the word. That was how Mr. Monaco, the late great Graham Hill, once described this iconic event. The cars we drive have come a long way in the intervening half-century, but still we race on those same public roads beside the Mediterranean Sea. There's no victory more coveted than that of the Monaco Grand Prix. The astonishing Circuit de Monaco is, for all intents and purposes, virtually unchanged since its inaugural race back in 1929. The faster cars of today, though, ensure the 19 corners past the casino and along the seafront remain as thrilling as ever. A 2.1-mile lap here takes us around an entire country, yet never more than inches from the race-ending barriers. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position. A very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Verstappen, Bottas, Sergio Perez and Rosberg, Ricciardo, Norris, Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll, Gasly, Tsunoda, Esteban Ocon and Latifi, Hamilton, Vettel, Antonio Giovinazzi and Mick Schumacher, Tigtum, Russell, Mazepin and the owner driver. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
Alright boys, let's get to the race. You saw Carlos Sainz there, the guy we could have chosen as our teammate for this season. It was between him and Nico. Carlos Sainz starting P2 on the grid. Obviously Monaco just favours that Ferrari car. Obviously Charles Leclerc getting pole this year in real life. As we wait for the lights to count down, it is lights out and away we go. Charles Leclerc also a flying start off the line there. Carlos Sainz a bit slow off the line. He's lost a place already to Max Verstappen there up in P2. Nico Rosberg in P7. He's overtaken Lando Norris now. Nico Rosberg up into P6. I was going to say he's in a McLaren sandwich, but we've made up one place already into turn 1 on Nikita Mazepin. Coming round now, we've got George Russell in front of us and Dan Tictum. Hopefully we can clear these cars quite easily. They should be slower than us, even though they qualified faster than us in quali. We're going to go in the inside now of George Russell, heading towards the hairpin now. You can see there we go round the outside of Dan Tictum into the hairpin. Made up another place there as Dan Tictum was just sitting in that queue. We managed to find some space and make a move on Tictum there up into P19 now. And P19 is where we're going to stay for a long time, boys. You see now we've skipped from lap 1 all the way to lap 12 and we're still in P19. Lance Stroll is down in P18. I think Stroll's on a 2-stop strategy and he has pit, and that's why he's down in P18. Dan Tictum there looking like he's made contact with the wall as we come out to the swimming pool chicane, or heading into it, sorry. It looks like he made contact with the wall there. Dan Tictum sliding about. It doesn't look like there's any visible damage to his car. Maybe it was just the tyres that absorbed the brunt force of the impact there. We're still in P18 now. As you can see, Lance Stroll is still... we're on lap 18 now. Lance Stroll is still in P18, as you can see. I don't actually know what happened with Stroll. Don't take me word on the 2-stop strategy. He might have just been there off the start and I haven't noticed. But, boys, yeah, Monaco... It's not entertaining, is it? Like, the camera shots are good, as you can see on the screen, but... This is probably going to be the last time, as we have a massive snap of oversteer, very wobbly there, very weird incident from us. This is probably going to be the last time we actually have the Monaco GP in the season. If you do really want to see it, let me know in the comments below and say no, don't remove it. But you can only have 20 races in a season. There's 22 tracks on the game. China and Portimao are also in the game. Which we can't use in our season because you can only pick 20 races, and I'm thinking I want to have China and Portimao in there because they're actually entertaining races. You know, I loved China last year, and Portimao has just been added to the game. Very, very fun circuit. I really want to race around there. If you haven't seen my Portimao video on the channel, check it out. It's on 3,000 views, so shout out to everyone who's watched that and supporting that video. Absolutely massive for me to get 3,000 views on an F1 video, when before that the highest views I've had on an F1 video was about 50. So yeah, absolutely massive there. The first blue flag of the video comes out. It's going to be Carlos Sainz, who we let pass us there on the home straight. Him and Leclerc just absolutely flying ahead. You know, the guy in P3 is so far behind. It's Pierre Gasly in P3 and he's just crossed the finish line. And these guys are heading towards Sector 2 now. Absolutely crazy race from the two Ferraris there. But we're still in P19 on lap 24 of 39. I don't know what that was. Maybe that was a bit of carbon fibre flying off the car there. I don't know if you've seen that in the middle of the road. But we're also going to have the second blue flag of the video coming out now through the swimming pool chicane. We check behind us and it's Dan Tickton behind us. So it's like, yeah, well, it's obviously not Dan Tickton who's the guy that's overtaking us. But then we look again and Pierre Gasly is now behind us. So we're going to pull to the side on the home straight, let Pierre past us. And George Russell is overtaking Dan Tickton, while Tickton was obviously letting Gasly past. He's slowed down and allowed Russell to catch up. Nearly put it in the wall there on turn 1. But Pierre Gasly, boys, he's just so far behind the front 2. But there's actually a yellow flag on track now in Sector 2, as you can see. We'll get closer to that in a moment. But you can see on the map in the bottom left that there's a yellow flag by what looks like I was going to say the swimming pool chicane, but it's the chicane just before that out of the tunnel chicane. And it's Mick Schumacher out of the session. Let's see now. Mick Schumacher, as you can see, coming out of the tunnel, his engine's just completely gone. And he still tries to take the chicane, but he doesn't. And then, boys, he just stops his car right in the middle of the road. Right in the middle of the road. Look at this, as you see Carlos and Leclerc come past. Now, we're coming through now. And just look where his car is, boys. How is that not a safety car? Can someone please tell me how that's not a safety car? His car is literally in the middle of the road. And they've just put a yellow flag in. Like, that is so dangerous. That's got to be a safety car in my opinion. But then they don't call a safety car out. It would have been massive for us to get a safety car there. But it doesn't come out for some reason. I don't know why that would ever not... In what world that's not a safety car? I really don't understand it. But anyway, like I was saying, boys, next season we're going to have Monaco off the calendar. And we're going to have Portimao or China in there. I actually want to put Portimao and China both in there. So I don't know if there's another race on the calendar that you just want to see me drop. I might do USA, I'm thinking. I don't know, actually. I might do Suzuka, but Suzuka's like a fan favourite circuit as well. Same with Monaco, though. It's like just a historic track. But I just don't like it, boys. You know what I mean? We've got another blue flag now. We're going to let past us Esteban Ocon in P4, Max Verstappen P5, and we slow down there heading towards turn 1 because I think there's another guy to come. It's Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez in P7 there. So we've been lapped by 7 people. It's less than last year, I do think. We finished P19 last year, and we got lapped by pretty much everyone, I do think. Heading down into the hairpin now. It's Nico Rosberg behind us in P8 in the race. So Nico, I can't remember where he qualified, but he's down into P8. He's obviously had a bit of problems lapping the traffic, getting past the traffic there. We're going to pull to the side as we head into the tunnel and let Nico straight past us to try and catch that pack in front. But it doesn't look like he's going to. You know, the pack in front is quite far ahead. And yeah, Nico, I just don't know if he'll have the pace to make it up there or the laps to make it up there, because it is lap 37 at the moment. Charles Leclerc crosses the line, checkered flag for the Monacat, winning in his home turf. Obviously, it's lap 38 of 39, because we've been lapped, we're going to do one less lap on the race. Nicholas Latifi, the car in front of us in P17, ended the race 37 seconds ahead of us. I just stink at this track, and the track stinks as well, so we're definitely not doing it next season. We crossed the line in P18 there. A 1 place improvement on last year. So at this rate, boys, all we need is 17 more seasons and we might win a race in Monaco with this rate of improvement. Esteban Ocon, hate this guy, driver of the day. He just looks like a dinosaur, bro. Anyway, yeah, so that's the Monaco Grand Prix. We'll check out the standings in a moment. Did Nico Rosberg manage to make up those places at the end there? It's going to be Charles in P1, Carlos in P2, and Pierre Gasly, I do think, in P3, boys. 2 people. Well, Carlos, we could have got as our teammate. Pierre, we tried to get as our teammate and couldn't. And they're both going to be on the podium. And it's back-to-back podiums for Pierre Gasly. Back-to-back P3s, so Pierre absolutely flying. And that's a massive point haul for Ferrari, who we are very close with on the vehicle comparison chart. You know, Ferrari might have been the team that we were going to compete with this year in terms of performance. But obviously, them getting a P1 and a P2 in a race together, Carlos getting a podium last week as well, they might just be too far ahead already 3 races into the season. But we'll have to wait and see. Anything can happen. Nico Rosberg losing 2 places there, down into P8. Pierre Gasly coming up from P11 into P3, and Ocon coming up from P13 into P4. I have no idea how they've done that. Really, no idea how they've done that. Esteban Ocon's fastest lap was 1 second slower than everyone on the grid apart from Nikita Mazepin. Esteban Ocon's fastest lap was a 1:12. How did he make it from P13 to P4? That is absolutely crazy to me. I really want to know what happened in this race, but I have no idea how to find out. That is just absolutely bizarre from Gasly and Esteban to come and do that in the race. Next race of the season is the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in Baku. One of my favourites on the calendar, I can't lie. I just really like the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We have a lot of drag reduction upgrades compared to last year, so we should be a lot faster on that massive straight at the back of the track. I'm really looking forward to racing this one. I haven't raced it yet. I'm going to go ahead and record it after this video goes live though. So, yeah, we're going to get a few upgrades in first, I think. DRS upgrade, it'll be with us before the France GP. I think we might rush this actually to get it before Canada. We'll have to wait and see. I'm so indecisive. Make your mind up. We go with standard development, it'll come in before France. You see, we've got a lot of aero upgrades to come through. We've got a rear downforce one there, and now the DRS upgrade. We're also going to get an engine upgrade, a major engine power upgrade. We haven't got one of them in a while, but maybe, you know, that'll sort out our problems where I feel like the engine just doesn't have enough power. Maybe giving it even more power, even though it's the most powerful engine on the grid. Maybe just giving it more power will make it feel better. We get a chassis upgrade there, the one that we did order last episode, I do believe. It might have been at the start, actually, of this one. But anyway, 2 upgrades to come in before Baku. We get a downforce upgrade and a reliability upgrade. Yeah, really looking forward to racing in Baku. Boys, if you did enjoy this episode, it was quite a quick one compared to the other episodes. But Monaco just stinks. I can't lie. It's so difficult to make an entertaining video. But if this video did entertain you, make sure you hit like on it. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And yeah, man, I will catch you next time for the Baku Grand Prix. Take it easy.